At 3:19 a.m. on May 24, 2020, Ethan Hunsaker called Layton police to report that he had killed a woman he met on Tinder. When police arrived, Ashlyn Black was lying limp on the floor with multiple stab wounds. Police attempted to revive her, but their efforts were in vain, and she was pronounced dead on the scene. Hunsaker said that the two had met up at a bar, and they went back to his house to fool around. He woke up and saw Ashlyn sleeping next to him, and he began choking her. Hunsaker then got a pocket knife and began stabbing the woman as she lay on the bedroom floor. She had stab wounds around her chest, side, and back. So far, Hunsaker has given no reason as to why he murdered the woman. Hunsaker, 26, pleaded guilty and mentally ill in June of 2021. He is still awaiting sentencing. Back in 2009, I connected with a guy on Plenty of Fish, and we decided to go out on a date. He picked me up at my house, and we headed out to an ice cream shop. He has just come back from the Army basic training, and the topic of conversation was only about the physical stuff he had learned and how to do it there. I tried to change the topic to literally anything other than how fast he could climb something and what he did with hand-to-hand fighting tactics, but to no avail. We exited the ice cream shop eventually later. He then began to put me in a headlock. The patrons inside silently watched me flail about, trying to escape. He releases me from the headlock and explains how I should have escaped his headlock. I began to tell him how upset I was that he did that, and that he should never ever do that to me again. He begins apologizing and says that he's so sorry that he did that. I told him that it was okay, and then we headed to the movies. We sat down in an empty theater. As we're sitting there, he turns his neck, thinks that he hears something, and then takes off. He leaves to go check it out, and 10 minutes go by and I haven't seen him. Then I heard something on the floor to my left. I then see this guy army crawling towards me on his stomach as he goes to grab my ankles. I then ran out of the theater. I decided to Uber home after that. I never did see that guy after that, and thank God I didn't. 26-year-old Francia Ibarra was reported missing on December 3, 2016. It was discovered that Ruth was secretly dating Emmanuel Bocanegra. The pair had met on Tinder and had been dating for several months. Bocanegra refused to meet Ruth's fans and family, and he became a person of interest when it was reported that she was last seen at his apartment in Leon, Mexico. Upon investigation, police found a bag of human bones, along with hydrochloric acid. A DNA test confirmed that the remains were Ruth's. Bocanegra had murdered her and dissolved her body in the vat of acid. When investigators asked why Bocanegra murdered Ruth, he said it was because she refused to do things with him sexually. Bocanegra has since been charged for his crimes. I once met a man on OkCupid. He was 36 years old at the time. It was a 92% match for both of us. He said in his profile that he was drama-free, looking to find someone intelligent and down-to-earth, and could keep up with his sense of humor. He went on to say that he was a tech startup, and on the weekends he was on a quest to find new and fun activities. He also said that he was really good at treating you like a princess. I had just got out of a really bad relationship, and when I saw this, I decided to give this guy a shot. We instantly connected, and we became Snapchat friends. We had plans for Monday, and it couldn't come soon enough. But since I Googled my dates first, I did a quick search, and I found him pretty quickly. What I saw was pretty shocking. There he was in all his glory. Wig-wearing bank robber finally caught. This uber cute guy I had a date with in 2 days had allegedly robbed a bank less than a year ago. I then found his wedding website declaring that he was supposed to be married in October of 2015, but was arrested the day before. He went to jail until February of 2016, and his return to social media showed he was happy to be back with his dog. When I asked for more details, he admitted that his fiancée left him when he came clean about robbing a bank, and he was just trying to live a normal life before his trial. When I Snapchatted his own headline to him with "What the F?", his first question was, "How did you find that?" I told him that he didn't need to worry about that. I blocked him on Snapchat, and I also blocked him from being able to text me again. I'm so glad that I Googled him before that. I would suggest that all women do that, or anybody going on a date for that matter. You really don't know who you're going on a date with. After matching on the app Plenty of Fish, Carl Langdell met Katie Locke on December 23, 2015. Langdell had spent the most recent 2 years in and out of a psychiatric hospital, and he expressed he had violent sexual fantasies which involved killing a woman and insulting her dead body. After his release, Katie unfortunately matched with him on Plenty of Fish. After meeting for drinks, the pair went to a hotel in England. In the morning, the staff found that the bedding and towels were missing from the room. They also noticed the window lock was broken. Katie's father raised the alarm when she did not come home that night. He went to Langdell's mother's house, where she called Langdell, and he admitted to everything. Katie was killed by strangulation, and Carl was arrested hours after his confession to Katie's mother. Langdell was sentenced to 26 years into a mental facility. Sometimes, even a background check may not be helpful against people conning to rob you on a date, especially if your date is 31-year-old Shalana Lopez. An unidentified California man met Lopez on a dating app, MeetMe. They set up their first date at the Eagle Mountain Casino in Porterville. At the casino, the daters met with Lopez's relative, Mario Garcia. They also ran into her friend, Cesar Cameron Domingo Jr. At the end of the night, the California man drove Lopez, Garcia, and Domingo home. In the car, Garcia shot a revolver twice and held the man at gunpoint. The trio told him to drive to an ATM to withdraw money and for him to hand over his valuables. He called the Tulare County Police Department immediately after he dropped them off. Police were able to recover $400 of the stolen property. Not really sure what happened to the three people, but it sounds like they might have possibly got away.